everyone. This is my Module 9 reflection. So question number 1. Describe the role of assistive technologies in the classroom. What past experiences have I had? And out of the assistive technologies looked at this week, what do I find interesting? Well, assistive technologies are there to help the students with disabilities, either physical, mental, emotional, whatever, with learning material up to the same level as everyone else. It's just to give them a little bit of an edge, just a nudge, just to help them. I personally have used several of these because of injuries in the past. For example, I have written a paper using speech to text. Speech to text. And it took a long time. I had a broken arm at the time, so it would have taken longer to write it. So I'm grateful for that. It wasn't exactly grammarly correct at first. I had to go in and edit it. But it did help me get the major points, and most of it was correct. I think like 90-95% of it was right off the bat. And that was really helpful. I've also used FaceTime to attend school. Because of injuries, I had to stay home, So FaceTime was really helpful because then I got right in the classroom. I listened to the lectures live, and then I could ask questions live and real time, and all that was really helpful. I also just got extra time with like the turn-in assignments and stuff. Oh, and the article gave a few extras that I used. I've used a wheelchair and a cane and a walker before because of injuries, and it helped me get around the school a lot faster than I would have otherwise. So I'm grateful for that. For my class, I think that extra time, a calculator, and recording materials would be best. Not just for those with disabilities, but also just for everyone, really. I don't know the type of disabilities I will be working with, though, so I can't really say for certain. But just because I'm going to be a math ed or high school math teacher, I believe that those technologies would be the most helpful. Question number 2. As provided, describe 3... Okay, so the ones I picked out that I thought were the most interesting was communication, mobility, and environmental interaction. Alright, so the first one, communication. It includes both oral and written expression as well as visual and auditory reception and social interaction. So an example would be either talk to text or text to talk, one or the other. It would help anyone, but also just blind students and those with physical disabilities that won't be able to, be there. Right. The second one is mobility, and it's talking about technologies like wheelchairs that help people get around if they have a physical disability. Another one that wasn't listed was crutches, which I thought was interesting because crutches gets used most often with physical disabilities like that. At least injuries, so temporary physical disabilities. It gets used the most often. With the environmental interaction, I took it as technologies that just helped a student interact with what it was around them. Right? So an example for that would be, even just glasses is what I was thinking. It would just help them see their environment, and that would help them interact with that environment. I also thought about like special lens glasses, like for colorblind people, just to help them interact and be at the same level as the rest of the students. That was just an idea. Okay, so question number 3, one assistive technology that was not listed, and providing an overview of what it was, how it works, and where I found it. All right. Well, the technology I found was a grammar software that goes above and beyond just the normal grammar softwares. I really like this one. It's called Ginger, right? And it gives not only a grammar checker, but also examples for rephrasing sentences, translations, dictionaries, and a text reader so that it can read back what you just wrote, which is really helpful. I would love that. Like, this would be helpful for anyone, not just this. But not only would it be helpful for everyone, but anyone with a disability, whether physical or I was thinking dyslexia specifically is what this would be helpful for. It's just so much more than just the typical autocorrect. The text reader helps make sure that it, especially with people with dyslexia, dyslexia, so that they don't have to read it and make sure that that's what they wanted to say. They can have it read to them. That's really helpful, because if you can't read it, or you can't read it fast, it's just going to take a long time. Whereas if you have it read to you, it goes a bit faster. Also, it's a free software, and you can just add it to Chrome. So all of your online stuff will be correct, or grammarly correct, at least, according to Ginger. And it just scans what you say, and then gives suggestions to you from there. Also, if you click on a word, it'll give you definition, stuff like that. I didn't download it, but that's what it looked like to me. I found it on their website, ginger.com, after I searched grammar softwares, because I have a friend that's dyslexic, and I was kind of thinking about something that would help him. And I thought, hey, grammar software would be great for him. It just helps him type and write, and it helps him, it helps him with that nudge to get farther. This looked like the most helpful one. I kind of searched through a few. This looked like the best one to me, but that is my opinion. All right, and this is my Module 9 reflection. Hope you enjoyed.